this. Really appreciate you coming in and hanging out. As you're coming in, a like is going to go a long way, and also comment down below. Let me know where you're listening from. Really want to learn a little bit more about what the audience, where the audience is, and how I can be a better service. Today we're covering the top video mistakes that real estate agents are making. So the top video marketing mistakes to eventually avoid. So you want to avoid these mistakes at all costs because they're costing you subscribers, costing you views. At the end of the day, they're costing you business. That's the most important part, right? So we want to continue growing our brand, growing our business. So video marketing is a way to achieve, also a great way to achieve not the growth. So I should have framed that a lot better, but it is what it is. As you're coming in, let me make sure I have the comment section pulled up over here. So just let me know. I'll put it next to my notes so you see, so I can see in real life. So again, we're covering the top video marketing mistakes to avoid in real estate. So real estate agents, we need to stop doing these video marketing mistakes because they're costing you a ton of business. Now, before we get going, I just want to remind everybody, going to Resendiz.com is the best way to get a hold of me. It's a great way to connect, and it's I have a ton of resources over there that you're going to want to check out. So as you're coming in, remember that the website is Resendiz.com. So I really appreciate you going over there and checking it out. There's a lot of goodies, a lot of free stuff that you're going to want to check out for sure. So getting right into it, let's cover the marketing mistakes. And let's go looking at myself here. Number 6, not testing the equipment. So right off the bat, this is biting me in the butt because I think that my lighting is off. I think that my lighting taste, I have the key light working, but I don't know what it is about either the shade or whatever, but it seems like it's a little bit darker, and also the lens that I have on the camera might have been adjusted without my knowledge. So anyway, with that being said, this highlights the important part whenever you're doing video marketing, especially if you're doing it live. You don't test the equipment before you begin, and that's problematic. That's problematic, especially if you are in front of other individuals or taking somebody else's time, such as doing interviews, such as having a one-on-one sit down with another individual. You don't test out the microphones. You don't test out the lighting. You don't test out the video. You come ill-prepared, if you will. So when it comes to not testing your equipment, it can bite you in the butt. So again, this is actually what just happened to me. So avoid that at all costs. So it's a top video marketing mistake that's happening at this moment in time when we're especially doing lives. We just forget that the microphone isn't connected, or when we do video recordings, we realize that, hey, I forgot to press the record button. Or whenever we're recording, especially if you're doing a like a lavalier mic or a lapel mic, we forget to connect it, and it becomes problematic when you went 30 minutes into a video and only to realize, darn, this does not have Trevor, I meant to tag you on my Instagram story a couple seconds ago. It scares the crap out of me. No, it doesn't, Trevor. You can hop on live anytime with me. So Trevor Jones is an amazing resource for everybody. He teaches you how to make stellar video. He's actually a big reason that I have I even made it this far in terms of the set, in terms of the quality of the audio, in terms of the quality of the video. So you can blame Trevor for the goodness of this. He's a fantastic channel to follow. Just his name, Trevor Jones, and you're going to get him right away. So again, testing the equipment is extremely important, especially as you're doing things like this, going live. Now, number 5, too long. You're making your videos way too long, just dragging out the points. If you're doing some walkthroughs of the property where you're showing the whole journey up to the house, you're showing the journey all the way from room to room instead of just going boom, 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 cutting to the point, cutting to the chase. Now, if you're doing lives and if you're doing a property tour, then that's a little bit different because there's no way for you to teleport or for you to time travel to get there a lot quicker. So at least have a structure of how you're going to showcase the home on your property tours. But if you're doing a video recording and you're recording the property and doing a property tour, then cutting out the fluff, cutting out the junk that doesn't make any sense of why they need to be why they need to watch you go from the car over to the door, that just doesn't make sense. So making your videos too long becomes problematic because people stop engaging. So this is a struggle that I have with in all of my videos, and especially in the live session. So giving you a behind the scenes. The reason that I even put the there towards the bottom, you see the bottom right here somewhere, you see number 5 and then too long. Well, I'm using a software called Ecamm, which will be linked down below. It's an affiliate link, by the way, but I'm using something like Ecamm that will actually showcase the point that I'm trying to make. So I'm trying to keep your engagement, keep your attention, and words are a great way to do it. Images are a great way to do it. B-roll is a great way of doing it, of putting video in front of whatever I'm trying to communicate. But at the end of the day, if you're making your videos too long, too dragged out, to where there's just not necessarily anything of value being shared after a certain amount of time, or it's taking you a long time to illustrate your point, that becomes problematic. So that is another great way for you to lose audiences. I mean, I was about to say, like, if I had a nickel for every time I saw that, I mean, it's just, I'd be a billionaire at this point. It's just happening a lot. So at the risk of belaboring this point too long and making it way too long of a point, we're going to go to the next one. Making a video for the sake of it. If you don't have a purpose for the video, if you're making a video just because, hey, this video marketing coach, hey, Trevor Jones, he's a video marketing coach, he told me to make video. Hey, Jaime told me to make video. Hey, X, Y, and Z person told me to make video, so I'm just going to make a video. Making a video for the sake of a video without necessarily any purpose behind it is just going to be a waste of time. I know I went really, really quick on that. I understand that. I understand that there's some individuals saying that, hey, just do videos, but there's no substance behind that. When you ask, hey, well, what types of videos should I make? It becomes hazy, right? It becomes a little problematic in addressing specifically what types of videos should you be making. Eric, good to have you, my friend. So Eric is a fantastic agent. You should certainly check him out. He's a fantastic real estate agent that you want to send all your referrals to. He's out of Florida, so fantastic agent all the way around. When it comes to making a video for the sake of the video, the reason that becomes problematic is because people will give you a pass if they show up and they don't really get anything from it the first time. They'll give you a pass for the first time. Maybe they'll come back and check you out number 2, so the second time. But they're not going to get to number 3. So if you're making these lives and just they're boring, they're no point, there's nothing about them that actually speaks to the audience and engages the audience, they have a better way of wasting their time, and it's called Netflix. So just giving you that heads up, that's something that if you're here, if you don't find value while you're here live, then you're going to bounce. I fully acknowledge that. If you're not in a place where you can sit down and absorb the information, I acknowledge that that's why people come in, people come out, and that's fine. But making a video for the sake of making it without necessarily a purpose becomes problematic, because again, you may have an initial traction, and that's where a lot of these gurus out there make so much money and just basically forcing you to make videos, and they claim success when you have maybe 5 views, 10 views, 30 views the first week, but then that drops off. And that's when the gurus go away, because they cannot teach you, they cannot share something actually is a value beyond the instant bump. And the reason that you get that instant bump is because your audience, if they've never seen you in video, that's appealing, that's interesting. Well, I've never seen Jaime. I've never seen Jaime since he graduated. I haven't seen Jaime on a live ever. So I'm gonna go check him out. But then once they find that, wow, there's no point to this, they're gonna bounce. So that's why you see whenever you start video, it's gonna be quick little bump and it's gonna go down. And then unless you make some adjustments, it's just going to continue going down to where you plateau. And the danger with that is you become frustrated because you lost that momentum and you just have no way of gaining it back. So making a video for the sake of making a video is just not the best way of doing that. All right, Rick, I feel like I should mix up my background like you do. Yeah, man, you should totally do it. Totally do it. It's a great little, there's basically props. I mean, that's basically it. So it's awesome. All right, so making a video for the sake of a video, that's a huge mistake that's happening right now. Now, number 3, no call to action. Having no call to action. Now, it doesn't have to be a call to action like buy from me, sell from me, and all that stuff. That's not the call to action. And call to action can be subtle. It can be a like. If you noticed at the beginning of the video, I asked you to like. I asked you to comment, let me know where you're from, right? So that's a call to action. I've also encouraged you to go check out my website, JaimeResendiz.com. No point did I say, buy from me. At no point did I say, hey, join my real estate team, which ironically enough, somebody that already commented here is actually part of the real estate team. So I appreciate you being on. But at no point am I saying, hey, just join me and be part of my real estate team, or hey, buy one of my courses. Hey, do consulting with me, or what have you. That's selling. I'm not doing that here. I did very subtle calls to action, like the video. There's no cost for you to do that. Commenting, there's no cost for you to do that. Going to my website, there's no cost for you to do that, right? So it is that call to action. But whenever we're making videos, we just fail to make those calls to action. Either we just don't do them at all, or we just completely blindside them with a full-on commercial of why you're the best, why they should use you, and all that fun stuff. So having no call to action, that's the issue. Having zero calls to action, where you may get some engagement. Some people are going to connect with you. Some people are actually watching real time. But if you don't direct that attention to where you want it, you're going to get frustrated. Why aren't I getting subscribers? Well, guess what? Because you're not asking for it. Because not everybody is in YouTube culture. Not everybody understands that if I subscribe, I'm going to see these videos more. If I like, I'm going to see these videos more. If I comment, I'm going to see these videos more. And on the flip side, I'm actually going to help this creator expand their message, because YouTube is going to see that this creator gets engagement. It's going to go out there and find similar audiences for the creator. So in a way, your audience does not know that they're helping you out tremendously by engaging. So again, having no call to action, that's a great way for you to just get frustrated, because you're not seeing that meaningful action that you ultimately want. So it's almost, well, I was about to make an analogy that's going to piss half of you off, so I'm not going to do that. I was planning to make a neighborhood video today just to get started in video. Eric, that's not a bad video to make. That's not a just video. That's not just to start in video. So I'm glad that you brought that up. Go out and do it. So let me bring that up. I was planning to make a neighborhood video today just to get started in video. I highly encourage you to do that. So there's calculated video. That will return business. Having certain interviews with certain business owners, as long as you have the appropriate strategy. And I made a video about this several months back on the videos to make. So if I remember after this live stream, I'll bring it back up and I'll link it up here in the cards. But video, if you structure it correctly, cover the topics that you need to be covering or that actually help you get clients, that's not a video for the sake of making video. That's a video with a purpose. And you had a purpose right there, Eric. So I highly encourage you to take action on that. That's a way to start establishing credibility. It's a way for you to get out there. People start associating yourself with real estate. You're being seen as a real estate professional in the space and in the industry, and people see you as the authority at the end of the day. And it's a way to create content. So you're either the person that's creating the content, you're the creator, or you're the consumer. And if you're a business owner, which you are, it's much better to be a creator. You don't want to be a consumer. A consumer is somebody that's going to ultimately watch a creator, aka your competition, far surpass you, far exceed you. So that's what's happening right there. Number two, not preparing. Not preparing gets us every time. I'm not saying script. I'm not saying map out everything that you're going to do, spend 3 hours rehearsing, 3 hours in makeup and all that stuff. You're not running a news segment. You're not doing any of that. You're the lighting technician. As you see, I'm a terrible lighting technician. You're an audio engineer. I think that's what they're called. You are the videographer. You're the producer. You're the talent. You're in front of the video. You're everything, right? So that is something that you're not being asked to be the professional in everything, but you are being asked to prepare. So when you're not preparing, that's a top video marketing mistake, because it can just be seen as rambling. Hopefully you don't think that I'm rambling in the sense of, wow, he's making no points. And well, no, I was very calculated on the points that I want to make, because one, I see them every single day, but two, I actually took some time to prepare. Now I don't have a script. I mean, I have here on the screen, can I show you real quick? I have on the screen the video points that I want to make, but that's it, right? So those are the points that I want to make. and I just have them structured out, and then I can also toggle back and forth. So get you point number 3 again, point number 4, point number 5. So I have those as visual aids to help me out along the way. So there's an element of preparation. So I know that this video is going to make sense to when, as soon as I get through with this live recording, it's going to perform quite well because I have the points that I want to make and I get to them. Now, the issue becomes is when you're not making a point. So if you're not preparing, you're just going all over the board. Oh, yeah, and also this. Oh, also, don't forget that whenever you're buying a house. Oh, yeah, but I forgot to tell you how you actually sell your house. And then also, right, that just becomes problematic. So not preparing is a great way for you to just look silly on camera. And I know a lot of us you have that reservation of, I don't want to be on camera because I'm shy, I'm scared, I have fear, I have X, Y, and Z. But the reason that it's okay to have a healthy fear. That's fine. That's going to allow you to prepare. But the reason that we have that healthy fear, so we understand that, hey, there's an element of preparation that needs to happen. And, at the end of the day, there's that, we get to the edge of the cliff and we either jump or we don't. So preparing is going to be a great way to settle your nerves. That's a great way to do that. And number 1, making it about yourself. So the top video marketing mistake that is happening right now for real estate agents, so this is something you absolutely need to avoid, is just making it about yourself. Me. Sell. Just making it a commercial about yourself. Making it a commercial about how great, how awesome, how amazing, how everything that you are. All the accolades that you have or don't have. So there's a lot of misinformation out there of top producers or top social media marketing experts that they received awards from a digital marketing company that has no name. And there's just a lot of ways to lie to you. And that's the big problem, that if you get to talking about me, sell, then that's a great way to get into these traps of having to try to outdo yourself in your next bigger lie. Now, this is a hot topic for me because I see a lot of folks, and it's very tempting to try to get into this rat race, but I see a lot of folks making these videos. They're just wild, outlandish, no way that they're actually true, but the consumers are actually believing them. So that's the danger when you feed into your own ego. That's the danger of you just saying me, sell for the sake of selling, as opposed to turning that camera back around, what can actually be of value to you. So whenever I crafted these points and whenever I took in all of the questions, going through my emails, going through my DMs, really sitting back and analyzing what can actually provide you value, these are the points that I made. At no point did I consider, well, how can this benefit me? How can I introduce it? I'm the best digital marketing agent. How can I introduce that I'm the best X, Y, and Z person? No. So this is all valuable. The stuff that I have to sell, if you will, that's on my website. If you decide to go check it out, great. If you decide to go into my group programs, courses, become one of the agents that partners with me, great. That's awesome. But if not, whatever. That's fine. So these are the top 6 mistakes that I'm seeing right now when it comes to video marketing, and it's really prevalent here in the real estate space more than ever because there's a lot of competition, lack of inventory, and a lot of real estate agents jumping in because they see that the prices continue going up. But what people fail to realize as they become real estate agents is that the economy has been going up, and the prices continue going up as well. But at some point, everybody understands that real estate is cyclical. So at some point there has to be a correction. So I'm not saying that there's a correction now or there isn't. What I'm suggesting is that there's just so many people flooding into the industry at this point in time, and everybody tries to outcompete each other to the point to where it just becomes a little bit silly. So it becomes problematic where all of the people flooding into the industry are competing for the same industry. So with that, competing for the same inventory. So without all that being said, these are the top video marketing mistakes to avoid as a real estate agent. Again, if you want to connect, just go over to my website, Jaime@Resendiz.com.